10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Omni Knight.
Radiant team pick.
Soul Warlord.
Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Phantom Assassin.
Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick. Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Storm Spirit.
Ten seconds remaining.
We're ready to go. The game has begun. Let's do it. It is the second game in this best of 2 series, Happy Feet versus 458 Production, and well, Happy Feet are looking to get the second win. They're looking to get those points up and running, and let's see if 458 Production can get a win across the victory. Win across the victory, that makes no sense at all, but let's see if they can get a win against Happy Feet. I mean, like I said in the beginning, Happy Feet is probably one of the more difficult teams to face against in the current tournament. It's pretty much Happy Feet and then maybe like Geek Fam and EVOS, I would imagine. That's the three like big teams that you would have to worry about that have done well in the latest season. So we'll see if Full Fire Production can at least get one victory. If they get one victory, they are off to an okay start. You know, having an even score against Happy Feet is definitely not a bad way to start things off with Duo of Steel. Once again in the mid lane, he does go for a skewer back. Tried to go for an early warding mission, but didn't really get anything good off. He at least didn't get to place the ward. In the meantime, top lane, they have a lane ward being placed from 4-Fire Production. There is a very deep ward blocking that small camp. Well, actually not blocking it, just doing a little bit of vision there from Happy Feet. They want to know what's going on. They have that Abaddon in the top lane. Yacht will play that, and I imagine the Elder Titan will help the Abaddon maybe a little bit in the first couple of minutes. I don't really think there's too much he can do against the Omni Knight. I mean, what do you really do to stop an Omni Knight off lane? You run him down, you try to hit him a little bit, but a Pole Man Shield Omni Knight with potentially having Repel available if he needs it, that's a very hard hero to zone out. And the Magnus, he will do some fancy things in the meantime. It is the same player playing the Magnus, which is... This is like this kind of interesting thing that's happening inside of 4-Fire Production at the moment, as it looks like they're going for a Magnus support, if anything. So... Interesting. I don't know. It seems maybe a little bit too greedy, but we'll see if they can make it work. The one good thing about Magnus' support here is that it's a very fast hero, and once you have a couple of levels, you can just pick up an Iron Talon and go jungle, so you can make that greed work out in your favor, at least a little bit. But that being said, because you have a Magnus support, it's very likely that Yachi will get a pretty much completely free lane in the top lane. This Abaddon is going to create a lot of issues for the PA, and we'll see if it's going to be worth it. As 4-Fire Production, in the meantime, they have the Omni Knight in the bottom lane trying to do the same thing. Omni Knight as well as Abaddon. It's almost the same kind of heroes in lane, and we'll see the Abaddon maybe a little bit in trouble here. They do have that skill available from the Magnus, trying to stop this guy from moving. Let's see if they use that skill just to push him a little bit, just to get that slow off, but they're trying to follow him down. Seal is trying to get on the other side of Yash just to stop him from moving, skewer him back. He needs to get that slow off, and he will get the skewer back all the way across the river, and looks like Yash is going to be a little bit in trouble. He's trying to run himself the other way. Sunstrike comes out, and they will, well, you know, finally get the kill. It took a long time, but it's actually going to be very, very costly because he wastes a lot of that time. He makes sure that the first creep wave is not going to be found in the meantime from this PA. So, you know, you get a kill, but is it worth losing the first level on PA? Plus, Yachi's going to TP back into lane, and he gets a double creep wave towards him now. So, I'm sure he's going to be fine with that death. I'm sure it's going to be completely fine taking that fall just to give a little bit of space to himself and also to his team. I mean, 3 heroes following him, using pretty much all of that mana, all of that HP to try and get that kill on him, so sure he's fine. In the meantime, let's see bottom lane. The Omni Knight, he is level 2 for now, having that slow as well as a Purification available, trying to do as much work against Jules as possible, and Jules in the meantime does have his own Pole Man Shield up and running, so it's not that easy to do any damage to him, but he can be a little bit annoying. He can be a pestilence in this lane, and once he has more levels, it's going to get worse and worse. Same thing for the Abaddon. Being snotty, guys. Having a cold is amazing.
This'll come in handy.
See in the meantime what's happening. Abaddon
Top tower is under attack.
on his way towards level 3, having a lot of experience being gained. He has the PA, he's only sitting on level 2 himself, not having too much fun. The Yellow Titan is trying to run him down, just trying to Wait, in the meantime, let's see the CM wants to pull through, and he will successfully do that. I always love people who do this. It's one of those clutch things that most people don't think about doing, but just, you know, pull through and grab that little creep wave towards this area, just cut down the tree and get that creep wave pulled back, and it's a smart little trick that you can go. Most people, they just don't do. Magnus now, back in the top lane, still level 1, so still only having that skill available, not able to do too much apart from that. The CM is trying to pull as well, also level 1, so both of these support heroes, they are kind of being hurt by not having too much experience. They're trying to give PA as much experience as he can possibly get, as of course you want this guy to be level 6 as soon as possible so he can get that crit available, but it's not going to be easy. Ben in the meantime in the mid lane, 16 last hits at the moment, so he's having a good time against the Invoker. The Invoker is doing a lot of damage to him with that alacrity, but there's not really much he can do to stop him from farming, and it looks like Ben is going to be off to a good start. He will pick up his bottle in a moment, and then he will just be able to bottle crow if it's going to be a difficult lane. Should be fine. Jules in the bottle main as well, having free farm 16 last hits on this guy. The Omni Knight falling a little bit behind. I mean, all in all, Happy Feet, they are having the better laning stage as the Abaddon, the Trolls, Walls, is almost the 3 top last hitters at the moment, followed by the 3 core heroes of 458 production, and, well, I guess that's just what you expect to happen when Happy Feet, they have been looking better so far, so having a better laning stage would not be too uncommon for them to have again in this game. See this Invoker alacrity. Give him a lot of right click damage, so he's going to be a little bit annoying, but Ben has the advantage in terms of HP as well as mana, so right now he's just trying to harass him as much as possible, trying to force him back, and as long as the Invoker is sitting on roughly half HP, then he cannot go in, he cannot contest actively against those creeps, and Ben, he will find a little region rune for himself, so why not? He can just use those static remnants all the way back, but no. Full mana, full HP. He does have an active overload charge available as well now. Now the Invoker is going to be run down, takes a lot of damage as well. As Benny just going to actively just trade hits with the Invoker. Doesn't really care too much. He does have that. Oh, Cold Snap comes out. The Sunstrike was attempted as well. They're trying to get a kill on this Invoker in the meantime, and they will get the kill as R makes a rotation in there. Gets the lift on him. Gets the kill on him in the meantime. In the top end, there's going to be a fight against Jesse Vash. He's going to be run down. They get a skewer. Hit both of them as Seal gets that nice skewer off, but they are not. That kill. Echo Storm now comes out from Jesse. He gets the hit off onto both the PS Walls and Magnus. He will drop down finally with that root coming out from the CM, and that is going to be the only kill that happens in the top lane as the Abaddon doesn't feel like diving too deep. He knows that that Apothec Shield is not going to kill the PA just like that, so he doesn't want to be too greedy. He'll play it safe. Still in the meantime, though, he's going to be run down and taking a lot of damage, but not enough, not enough. Alright, well, a little bit of damage being done. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Ben, he's going to be jumped on as, okay, this Invoker, he's a little bit tired of all that action happening against him. He will just throw out that meatball onto the Storm Spirit, follow up with that Cold Snap, and that is not going to be what Ben expected to see happening, as he will be punished. 458 production, they get the 3rd kill in the game. That was a nice move there. Also a very surprising move. It's very uncommon to see Invokers go for that Meteor use in the first couple of minutes. As, you know, it's a nice spell to hit. It's a very costly spell in terms of mana, and it's only if you actually hit it that it's worth it, because you only get a little bit of damage with the first couple of levels in Exalt and whatnot, but it worked out. Got a Meteor on the face of that Storm Spirit, got the Cold Snap on top of that, and then that is going to be a dead Storm Spirit. In the meantime, bottom lane, the Omni Knight still having a good time, level 5 at the moment. Both the Abaddon as well as the Omni Knight is having a good laning experience, and this Omni Knight, that's a lot of experience being gained here. That's a double creep wave that he just kept pull for himself. He will try and farm most of it, and, well, probably be successful. At least to get all of these lasts so he can get his Arcane Boost up and running. See the Piano meanwhile in the top lane, level 5 for now. The Troll Warlock. The lane again trying to just fight up against this Omnat. He's doing a lot of damage against him, but not quite enough to be annoying us. I mean, it's only so much you can do against a poor man shield Omni Knight with a lot of stick charges with that purification available. He's going to be run down in the meantime. Jules tries to turn around. He tries to get the damage onto this Omnite in the meantime. He's bringing him very, very low, and he will continue just clicking him as much as he possibly can. He will slow him with that walling death as well. He has another walling axe available in a couple of minutes, but he's not going to be available. Oh, that level 2 slow as well. Such an annoying spell to deal with, so he will harass him, but that's the only thing he can do in the meantime. Mid lane, Stormsword ends up dropping down again as the Invoker gets another kill on him. So Ben not having the best time in the world. Top lane, the PA gets taken down by this Abaddon train, running him down with Yaj, with as well as Jesse Vash on that Elot. Get a kill on that PA, and they successfully do so.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Alright, there's actually kills happening everywhere while I'm not watching. This is getting insane. The Omni-Knight, with the help of that Magnus, will get a kill on the troll in the bottom lane. 5 for 2 so far. 5 for 2. Still a very even start though, just because Happy Feet, they have the advantage in terms of last hits. They are not really falling behind just because there's more kills on the side of 4-5 production. The Invoker is not even ahead of the Stormspirit at the moment. The Stormspirit will just zip-zap himself up to the high ground as he knows that, no, he doesn't want to be there anymore. He knows the Invoker does have the potential to kill him, so he will just play it safe. And the other heroes, the Abaddon, is once again the most farmed hero in the game, and this is game 1 all over again as Yaj. He is the one having the best time in the world, and he even has a Midas completed very, very soon. I imagine that is going to be the first big pickup that he goes for. He has his face boots, Orb of Venom, and a Gloves of Haste completely. Went for the ultimate as well in the top lane, so he ended up popping it, getting a little bit of health back, but now they know it's going to be on cooldown for the next 50 seconds, and they might try and go for a kill on him, as they were pinging him very furiously, saying that, okay, he has no ult, he has no ult, he has no ult. Game comes in from the side, does spot him out, but I'm not sure he wants to do anything. And in the meantime, Jules turns around and down. We have this Ruby coming in from the side. That is going to be a little bit troublesome for this CM, as he's going to be lifted up into the air. He's going to be healed with that Purification. Repel comes out as well. They might keep him alive. They don't have the Guardian Angel available on the Omni-Knight, but it is going to be enough to keep the CM alive. In the meantime, Jesse Vash goes in for the Astral, does hit the Astral onto the CM, but again, not enough. He needs to get that Echo Stomp off to get the kill on him. He'll try to go for the Echo Stomp, but there's not enough room to close that gap, and the CM will be fine. In the meantime, Omni-Knight tries to go for TPR. That is going to be the signal for Steel to get the hell out of here, as that's going to be people coming in from the sidelines. They are able to go on him. They will go on him. He will be lifted up the second he tries to go for a skew, and that is going to be a dead Magnus. Alright, top lane in the meantime, Yaj again being run down. That Omni-Knight wants to get the kill on him. He does have his ultimate on cooldown right now, as he ended up popping it, but again, Yaj, it's an Abaddon. I mean, he has 8 stick charges, he has another Apothic Shield available. It's a very difficult hero to kill, no matter how you look at it, so they tried and they failed. See, the Magnus is going to be going back to the mode of just being a... Well, I actually haven't seen him buy any supportive items this game. He does have his Arcane Boots completed now as well. And I imagine he's going to be rushing towards his Blink, so... If anything, it's just a position 7 CM this game, so they don't really have too much to work with. And this Magnus will get his Blink up at a decent time this game. He only needs about 1,000 more gold before that is going to be completed. The Omni-Knight in the meantime, top lane, not too much farm on this guy. He doesn't have that much farm going his way, especially now that he's trying to help the PA. But they do get a kill on the Abaddon. That's going to be well worth it. That's a very big kill. The PA in the meantime is rushing towards his Vladdy. Yes, I believe that is going to be flying out soon enough, as... Yeah, you know, Face Boots, Vlad's, Desolator, that's the common build on PA, so I imagine that is what he will go for. The Invoker does have his Midas completed now. So just trying to ramp up some more gold, and in the meantime, Happy Feet, the Soul Ring on the Elder Titan, so he doesn't have to go back and forth whenever he wants to use his spells. The Storm Spirit is also rushing towards a Bloodstone this game, so same thing as he did in the Lean in the last game. The Rubik, just tanking up a little bit. He does have his Arcane Boots complete bottom lane. They get a kill on the Troll Wall of this. Okay, it just feels like there's kills happening everywhere, but that is going to be still just going in, meeting up with that Troll Wall, getting that RP off, and they did not respect it. Looks like Happy Feet, they may be giving a little bit too many kills up to the side of 4-5 production at the moment, as they're being run down, and I mean, this is a Magnus without any way to initiate, so getting a kill there is maybe a little bit too much. Ben in the mid lane gets a kill on the CM in the meantime. 4-5-8 will be able to get himself out on the Invoker, but At least they got a kill on the CM, you know. Step in the right direction, making sure that they can actually fight up against full-fired production as well and not just give up kills left, right, and center. The Omni will move into the mid lane in the meantime. They're trying to take down the tier 1 tower. The Omni will be in the way. They are trying to fight up against him. The repel comes out. He's trying to run him down. He has that purification available. Hits it onto Ben as well as Yaj. Yaj will pop his ultimate. The Sunstrike comes out. Will hit onto Yaj. Will not be enough to kill him. The Guardian Angel in the meantime. Yaj is going to be run down. 1 crit is all they need from Sad Boy to get that kill. They go for the Echo Storm with Jesse Vice. They will be able to slow this guy. Yaj does have his Apothic Shield available. That will go on Jesse, but he picks up an Invis Rune and he will be out of there as well. So no one dies. No one dies on the side of Happy Feet. They will shrine up and everything is going to be good and dandy to go.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Well, kind of an odd fight, but that was kind of unlucky for full fire production as well as the PA. I believe that was like what 4 hits on the Abaddon, and if he just got 1 crit off, he would have killed him. But sometimes you just don't get the crits that you're searching for. You don't get the crits that you're hoping for. He also does only have Empower level 1, so of course it's not that much damage. It's only 2 more damage, but it's still something. Still something. And the PA now does have that. He actually did not go for the Vlads, he went for the drums pickup. Okay. That's a kind of curious item to see on the PA, and he's going for a Yasha on top of that, so I'm not sure what that means. I guess the idea behind this is that, well, the drums, I don't really know why you would go for drums over Vlads this game, especially because there's a lot of right-clickers on the side of Happy Feet, like the Abaddon in the early game wants to get a lot of right damage done. The Troll Wall is an inherent right-clicker, so having Vlads would make sense, but drums, you know, another aura item that is not too bad to have, and the Yasha on top of that means that he wants to go for Mantis style, which is good against Storm Spirit, because at some point Ben will try and pick up an Orchid, of course, so having a Mantis style would make sense on the PA. He's not looking to go for BKB anyways, because you have Repel, so Mantis style is usually like the item you replace BKB with, if anything, on PA. But it's still a little bit weird to see it before the Desolator, though. Like, normally you go for like a small item, then you go Deso, and then you decide to go for something like the Manta or the Basher, but it's like he wants to go a little bit differently this time around. In the meantime, Fall Fire Production, they're smoked up. They look to go for a jump on Ben, but not quite happening. At least not if they blink into the rune like that. They could have maybe waited a little bit more, but looks like that was not going to be the play. In the meantime, they go in. RP comes out. That's going to be a nice 2-man RP. They skewer them back. They try to control it. That is 1 down inside of Happy Feet. Jesse Vice will drop down. Jules is going to be a little bit in trouble. He needs to get himself out of here. He picks up a TP scroll. He needs to get himself into a very, very lovely position to TP out. He's trying to go for the TP out. Should not be happening, and indeed that will be stopped. The team will root him in place, and that is going to be 2 dead inside of Happy Feet. Very nicely done there, showing off that Blink Dagger from Seal on that Magnus. In the meantime, top lane Yash trying to just push down the wave. He does have that Midas completed now, and he's trying to do as much work as he possibly can with it. In the meantime, mid lane, they try to take the tier 1 tower as well here from that Invoker, but it's a little bit of chip damage being done here and there. The Storm Spirit will move back into the jungle, continue farming, as he is going to be very close to that Bloodstone. He only needs the recipe gold, then that is going to be completed. What else? Troll Wall, Vladimir's is done and dusted now, but it's still not looking that good for the Troll. He is falling behind the PA. The PA is now 1,000 gold ahead of him, and it's going to get worse and worse. Like, the PA, he has the Arcane Aura from the CM, he has the Empower from the Magnus, so this guy will farm at a pretty decent rate the whole game. Magnus does need to start getting levels, though. He only has 2 points in Empower at the moment because he didn't really have a lane for himself before, what, 5-6 minutes into the game when the Omni Knight started roaming around, so he needs to get the levels now so he can get that Empower for the PA. Alright, mid lane. The Omni Knight level 11 moving in. He does have that Guardian Angel available. The Mechanism is also very close to being finished, so he's going to be the big healer for the team. And giving the Omni Knight a lane to begin with is maybe not the worst thing in the world this game, as they kind of switch positions. I do believe now that the Omni Knight is more of a support hero, and the Magnus will go back to being the quote-unquote off-laner, but having Omni Knight with a lot of farm is not a bad idea for sure. Maybe a little bit weird that he didn't go for the Midas, but this is just a non-greedy build coming out. But in the meantime, we'll be Sunstruck up in the top lane. Okay, and that is the crit that we were talking about the whole game. A double damage room with a crit, with Empower. That PA just, you know, destroying the Abaddon there. And once again, a very, very good kill as the Abaddon. He is still the second most farmed here on the side of Happy Feet. So killing him repeatedly is always going to be worth it. He decided to go for a Medallion as a second item. Didn't want to go for a Radiance Rush or anything fancy like that. And I guess it makes sense in a game like this because you're playing against Repel. You don't want to give the Repel any more value than it already does have. And now Sad Boy in the top lane will be Nishan. He's all alone right now. He will be lifted up into the end. That is going to be an easy kill as Ben will stop that killing streak from the PA. PA all isolated, farming on his own in that lane, and he will be punished for it. Alright, T1 on the mid lane will be run down in the meantime by this Army Knight. They want to get that kill. Jesse Vash goes in, gets the Echo Storm off in the meantime. He goes for his ultimate as well. They're trying to set up on something. They will go on the Army Knight. The Army Knight taking a lot of time. He does have his repel available again, so it looks like that is going to be not happening as the Magnus has up here available. Will go for the FP on Ben. Meteor comes out on top of that. Stormsword is going to be able to survive for now. They will try and go on Magnus in the meantime. Magnus is going to be the one dropping down as Ben still tanky enough to survive that Meteor for now, just ball lightning himself away from the most of the damage, and then everything's going to be fine. He now goes for the Arm Knight, will go and will get that pull back, and the Arm Knight will be taken down as well. That is the Bloodstones stacking up on Ben. 15 Bloodstone charges now as he gets 3 kills in the mid lane, and Happy Feet, they defend the tower, they push back for favorite production, and they get a lot of kills on them. They even forced all of the ultimates. The RP was used, the Guardian Angel was used, but the PA was not there. The PA was not in the fight, and without the PA, most of your damage is just not there from the side of Fall Fire production. So we'll see the PA will now move into position. We'll go for Yards, just trying to do a little bit of damage onto this guy. Maybe try and jump him as well. Think about it, but he doesn't have the vision of him right now, so he needs going, and well, I guess that's... Alright, looks like the PA is actually going to rush towards a Sanjin Yasha, so... the item we were thinking about, Ben in the mid lane. Well, too much mana available, there's no way you get a kill on this guy. You have no bashes, no nothing, they will deny the mid tower in the meantime, as the Rubik will make sure they do not get that gold on it. And what else? Okay, so... net worth wise, we can see that Happy Feet, they are roughly 3,000 gold ahead. Just a small lead, and Ben with that Bloodstone, the next item is going to be that Orchid most likely. Even though, since he sees the Yasha being purchased by the PA, he might be like, okay, he's going for Mantis style, and then he decides to go for something different. But I would still imagine that Orchid is, even if the Mantis style is up in the PA, Orchid is still worth it, because you can just use the Orchid to kill the Invoker. As there's still multiple uses of that Orchid, even though if one hero can stop it from being useful. And also, you know, killing the Omni Knight with the Orchid is also nice. See what else? Abaddon will have that Solar Crest complete in a moment. The Troll Wall does have Yasha, almost the Sanjin Yasha complete as well. So same build coming out from the Troll as well as the PA roughly. Rubik does have his blink completed in 100 gold as well. Now bottom lane looks like that Stormsword is going to be a little bit in trouble. They will bring him back, they'll cold stuff him up, they'll control him, they'll get the kill on him. Not able to get the deny, not able to get anything off in time on this Storm Spirit. They didn't even have to commit anything big, as Josh will be fighting up against that boy in the meantime. The Abaddon ultimate comes out, he took one crit to the face in the meantime, so he will be full HP. And now the Invoker goes in, the Magus goes in, RP comes out. That's going to be a big jump on both Ben as well as Yaj. They will be controlled. Yaj needs to be a little bit careful. He's taking a lot of damage, but they control the CM. They try to focus on the PA. The PA is going to be isolated for now. Jules will go in, will try and focus on the Magus. In the meantime, the PA tries to get a jump on someone. Yaj, very low HP, but is he going to be killed? No, he's not, as the PA will be focused and killed by on this Rubik. Double kill on Rubik. In the meantime, the Invoker is going to be run now, will be bashed in the face by the other time. The Omni Knight is going to be the next one to drop down. The Repel is only going to do so much. He tries to go for TP back home, but he knows that that is not going to be happening, and he will be the fourth one to drop. They got a kill on the Abaddon, but that was the only kill they got.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
That was the only kill they got. And once again, you know, RP being used, the Guardian Angel was used, but it just feels like every single time they use those big spells, the PA is either not in position to take the fight, or he goes very, very quickly out of the fight, because it's like he was in, he tried to get one kill with the RP being used, and then he had to go all the way around to try and like re-initiate into the fight. So it's just a lot of time being wasted while the PA is not hitting people actively. And I mean, if this guy's not hitting people, you don't kill people. That's pretty much as simple as it is, because the first thing you do in the fight is, okay, you focus the Abaddon, sure, why not? You have to burn through his ultimate, and then you have to wait those like 4 or 5 seconds, and then you have to try and kill him. So That's why focusing the app on is not really the best thing in the world, because it takes too long to kill him. You need to get a quick kill on someone, and the only ones you can get a quick kill on is obviously the support heroes, as well as maybe the troll at the moment. The Storm Spirit is a little bit difficult to kill because he's fairly tanky. 2000 HP is quite a lot. And whereas the troll wall, he's not quite sitting at that moment at the moment. Still only 1500 HP on the troll, but we'll see. The PA does have that Sanjay Yasuo completed now, so a little bit more damage should come out from this guy. Still, a damage item would be very nice though, as we don't have a Desolator on him, we don't have a Basher or anything like that, so I would imagine the next item should be something like around those lines. I mean, yeah, he's going to go for Basher. Makes sense. I mean, no. Basher is always a nice item on PA, and even though I would still prefer to see a Desolator just so he has, you know, that extra little bit of damage, it's still going to be okay. You know, Sanjin Yasha, it's more of a survivability build on PA if anything, but it does have some value. In the meantime, Happy Feet, they're trying to just sneak a Roshan with Yard as well as Jules, and looks like they are going to be able to do that with that Solar Crest being available. They will go in, they'll pick up the Aegis with Ben, as Storm Spirit is probably the best hero in the game to have Aegis on, so why not give it to him? Also having that Orchid available in the moment, so he's going to be very, very powerful fighting up against these heroes of 4-5 production, mainly just trying to burst down that Omni Knight, as the Omni Knight is trying to go for an Eel Scepter himself, but before the Eels or the Guardian Greaves is going to be complete, he has no way to deal with that Orchid, so Ben is going to get a little bit of fun with it. In the meantime, we have the Magnus once again having his Aether Lens completed. I'm still not sure the exact reason to have Aether Lens and Magnus. I have never really seen that being purchased ever. But he does want to go for it. He wants to have that, I guess, increased range in the skewer or whatever. But it just feels like an odd item. It feels like a very weird item. Like, compared to having a Force Staff, it feels very, very weird. Even a Glimmer Cape, like, honestly. Like, any kind of defensive item except it would be nice. Glimmer Cape, you know, Medallion, Solar Crest, any of these items that's very cheap and very cost effective. Even a Vladimir's for the team would be nice, because the PA does not have a Vlads, but Aether Lens is going to be the choice he made. They go for Smoke Wraparound, they will run in, they will see the CM in the meantime. The Rubik go for Blink Away, will be initiated on, will be RP'd in the face, as that is a very scary initiation in the meantime. Shockwave will be stolen, the Rubik will survive for now. In the meantime, the Invoker gets taken down the mid lane, the CM will be killed as well, the Rubik will finally drop, but it took them so long to kill a Rubik, and now the Omnight is going to be a little bit in trouble, will heal himself. Guardian Angel did come out from him, he will be stormed up, he will be controlled, and he's going to be bashed repeatedly in the face, and the Guardian Angel will end eventually, and so will his life. Alright. That was a lot of commitment for Rubik, just, you know, RP being used, and even after the RP was used, he did not get killed that quickly, so that blink falls off on the Rubik, definitely paying off. He's very, very mobile at the moment. Now Ben goes in deep, goes for the Orchid on the CM, tries to get a kill on him. He needs to get a little bit deeper to get that kill though, and in the meantime, they will try and focus on the Magnus as well as the CM and that PA, but they don't want to fight anymore. The Ben is going to be a little bit in trouble. He's very low on mana, needs to get himself out of there, but this looks like it could be his death. He needs to go for the suicide, but no. It's going to be the Aegis dropping. That's why he had Aegis still available, so I guess that's why he was being so goddamn greedy. Alright, well, that's the end of that push. They maybe could have taken the tier 3 tower if they didn't go for the dive there, trying to get some more kills, but in the end, they still win the trade-off. They still get more kills, and they only lost an Aegis on Ben, so it doesn't really matter that much. Does not matter that much. Alright, 10,000 net worth leaving out of Happy Feet at the moment. The Elden does have Eel Scepter completed very, very soon. The Storm Spirit next item is going to be the Lincoln Sphere Rubik. Like we said, Blinking falls in the sky. Troll Wall does have a Sanjin Yasha complete. Now looks like the Rubik may be a little bit in trouble. Oh, nice blink away. Making sure it doesn't die. And let's see Abaddon's next item. Okay, that's going to be the Radiance. So he went for delayed Radiance, but he still wants to get the Radiance nonetheless, as it's not a bad item. Radiance on Abaddon is just, you know, just an annoying item to deal with for the side of 4-5-8 production, because you only have Repel for so many seconds. It's only 5 seconds that you have magic immunity, and then that mischance, the damage as well, is going to be very annoying. It can stop the Magnus from blinking around, of course, which is also very annoying, so There's a lot of value from getting that now. In the meantime, Yacht will be jumped on. They go in, they pop his ultimate instantly. He will be fine for now, though. The tornado comes out from the Invoker. They try to focus on that Abaddon. The Abaddon will be killed. In the meantime, the CM gets taken down. Jules tries to go and tries to focus on the Magnus as well. He will be killed. Storm Spirit, very, very low. Will get the jump away with that ball lightning. He will be alive for the moment. Sad Boy trying to use that double damage. Oh, nice Sunstrike on Ben. And that is going to be another kill from the Invoker. PA goes in, gets a nice crit off. Jesse Vash will be the first one dropping down. Jules is going to be maybe the next one. He gets a blink away in the meantime, as the PA missed that one hit that he got off. And that is going to be a 3-for-2 trade-off. Still getting a lot of gold in the bank for the side of 4-for production as they were behind. And finally the PA goes in and gets those big crits off, gets those big kills off. And that's what they have been waiting for a long time. What they've been waiting for a long time. In the meantime, the Invoker with that Acronyms, almost a Lincoln Sphere complete on top of that, not going for the Trail Boots just yet, just wanting to have that Lincoln Sphere available. The Magnus didn't get to use his RP in that fight either, so all those things kept in mind. The P did do a lot of work. He does have his Basher completed. He is going for BKB next, as you know, in case of emergency, in case the Omni Knight is nowhere nearby, then you might as well have a BKB for yourself, as this is definitely a valuable BKB game. The mischance from the Troll Waller, the magic damage from the Storm Spirit as well, so you want to have BKB available as much of the time as possible, so just having a BKB for yourself is not a bad idea. Now they go for smoke on the side of Happy Feet. They try to move in. They try to set up on someone. They do drop down an Observer as well, but looks like for Fire Production, they know something is going on. There's going to be a Spirit sent up on the high ground. In the meantime, the Invoker goes invisible, so they're trying to just disengage. Scan comes out from the die side in the meantime, so they know what's going on. They know that Happy Feet, they're looking to take a fight here, and they'll just back themselves up to the high ground for now. Wait until they can see more heroes on the side of Happy Feet, as they don't want to fight when they don't have any vision of them. Right, the PA will jump out just to try and kill those solutions. He needs to be a little bit careful though, as jumping out that far out of the base could be a little bit dangerous. Jules will be pushing the bottom. In the meantime, does have that blink available, with the Scotty being the next item of choice he wants to go for. And well, he's slowly going to be pushing down the lanes, trying to just force them to stay in the base. Radiant Scan comes out. Looks like Happy Feet, they do know this is happening now. Jules, he was just trying to scan to see when someone was moving down here so he could get the hell out before it was too late. Alright. 458 production. Lincoln Sphere is completed by the Invoker now. Still 10,000 net worth inside of Happy Feet, so they are still ahead. They are still keeping themselves nice and fat. The PA will have that BKB up very soon, or at least a little bit more. The next fight, we'll have a BKB up on the PA, and on the Happy Feet lineup, we have the Radiance almost complete on the Abaddon, which is a very big item upgrade as well. Jules still needs a couple thousand gold before that Scotty is going to be done. The Rubik is trying to finish a Glimmer K. We'll have that up soon enough as well. The Storm Spirit does have a Bloodthorn completed. Tried to upgrade the Bloodthorn before the Link Sphere, so I decided to just go for the damage rather than anything. And the other Titan, well, trying to finish that Eel set though. Takes him a little time to finish it, but I mean, there's only so much farm on the map, so you can't really get anything you want on the map. In the meantime, 4-5 production, they're moving out as a squad, they're moving out as a unit, trying to find an initiation on something or someone. Looks like the P actually decides to not go for the BKB just yet. He decided to go for the Abyssal Blade first, so just upgrading that Basher. Alright, well, I'm not sure if I agree with this decision. I kind of feel like the BKB was a good choice, but I don't know. I mean, delaying the BKB is sometimes not bad, because, you know, the later the BKB gets picked up, the better the BKB is, because you don't want to waste the BKB charges too much. But I kind of feel like having a BKB now would mean that you could maybe look to win the next couple of fights, and if you win the next couple of fights, you can get the next Roshan, and then you can look to end the game yourself, so this is definitely the time where you would want to have a BKB, if you ever want to have one. In the meantime, Rubik in the top lane, trying to be a little bit annoying, trying to split push as much as possible. He will TP back to the shrine, and let's see, they go in. They get an RP off, they try to set up, they try to go for that kill on Ben, the Storm Spirit, and they will. Oh, so close. So close to get that kill. The Sunstrike, everything, but no crits came out from that P, or at least not enough, so he will not be able to get that kill on the Storm Spirit. He will survive and get himself back to the base in the meantime. It was a nice attempt, but now the RP is going to be on cooldown for the next 100 seconds, so that means that Happy Feet, they could look to take a fight themselves. I mean, I'm sure Happy Feet is fine just farming still, as they have so many items they can still pick up. The Abaddon can still look to get some more items himself as well, but he does have his radiance completed now, and it looks like they are going to beeline down the middle lane. They want to try and force a fight while that RP is going to be on cooldown, as that is the best time in the world to fight when the enemy cannot go for that big ultimate play that they're looking to go for this game. We'll see Happy Feet. Can they go in? Can they do something? Can they do enough? That's the question. They'll go in. They'll try to focus on that tier 3 tower in the meantime. Skewer back on that troll wall, pulled all the way back towards the tier 4 towers, and he's going to be a little bit in trouble. Will be forced after that. In the meantime, Yaj pops his ultimate. In the meantime, Ben is going to take a lot of damage. He will try and focus down that Invoker. The Invoker taking a lot of damage. He might be killed here, and indeed he will be killed, as the stolen repel from the Rubik is doing so much work keeping Ben alive. Ben is going to be a pistol up, will be controlled, but still not enough damage to kill him. Buyback from the Invoker in the meantime. He's trying to go back in. He's trying to fight up against this guy. Abaddon will be focused on, will be killed with that double crit from Sad Boy, but is it going to be enough? That's the question. Sunstrike comes out, does hit onto the Rubik. Not the target that he was looking to go on though, and Ben needs to get himself away. Ball Lightning. Let's get shot on. In the meantime, Yulsoda comes out on the PA. He goes for the Echo Stomp, and he will be able to hit the PA, but looks like Jesse Vice might be dropping down here, and he will give up his life so that the rest of his team can get the hell out of theirs. That was a very nice win. They got the tier 3 tower, they forced out buybacks, and they didn't really lose that many heroes. I mean, they lost the Elder Titan as well as the Abaddon only, and they forced out a buyback from the Invoker, so that's a pretty big trade-off. Now Roshan's going to be focused on by 4-fire production, but Happy Feet, are they looking? Yeah, well, I guess they're not looking to contest this. The Abaddon is still dead for the next 30 seconds, so that is going to be the trade-off that 4-5-8 can make. They can get Roshan for themselves. The Invoker will pick up the Aegis, so not having buyback available doesn't really matter too much because he has 2 lives anyways, but we'll see if they can make anything do with that Aegis. They're pushing down the middle tier 2 tower. They should be able to take this tower easily, but the question is, can they go high ground with this? They have RP available again now. They have the Guardian Angel off cooldown as well, so they need to try and do something.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
In the meantime, the Troll pushed the top lane, does have the Skadi completed now, flying out towards him. The Storm Spirit does have his Lincoln Sphere completed now as well, so they have a lot of big items on the side of Happy Feet. So despite the Aegis being on the side of 4-5-8, they might not be that scared taking the next fight. The Rubik picked up a Gem of True Sight as well, so they have the vision advantage, and well, the Abaddon, he's just trying to bang up gold towards his Octarine Core, Blade Mill, all of these fancy items just so he can be as annoying as possible. But for now, it's going to take him a little while before he can complete that Blade Mill or the Octarine Core, as he does bang up a lot of gold. The PA finally completed that BKB as well, so that is going to be a 10-second BKB available on Sad Boy. Still a very farmed hero, still hitting very hard, but we'll see if it's going to be hard enough. The Magnus also did complete the Shadow Blade, so he's going to be able to go for those initiations. The CM, the McCabe first item, the Omnet is trying to finish up his Guardian Greaves. The Invoker is still trying to go for those travel boots, so it's kind of some slow farm on the Invoker as well as the CM, the Omnet, all of these heroes. It's only the PA who's having a good amount of farm. And of course the Magnus with that Aetherlens Blink range, the Skewer range, all that good stuff. He's able to do a lot of nice plays with that Skewer, but see if he can continue to do. Ben in the bottom lane will just walk himself into the trees. He uses those static remnants to give himself a little bit of vision in case he's going to be run down, and he is going to be fine. Goes out, you know, farms a little bit more, and let's see 4-5-8. In the meantime, they should have a smoke available. They're looking for something. They have the Shadowblade Magnus trying to search for an opening to get that RP off, but in the meantime will be repelled up. But now RP comes out, and it's going to be missing as Ben goes to that Ball Lightning. He knew that he was in danger, and that is going to be a spell missed from the side of 4-5-8. Now, Happy Feet, they should be looking to go for a counter initiation, as that is a very big waste for the side of 4-5-8, so they're going to be run down. In the meantime, Ben, he doesn't want to use too much of his mana to chase, though, as you need to have that defensive mana available in case you take too much damage, so they will let 4-5-8 go for now. But that does mean that Happy Feet, they can look to go for a jump, they can look to take a fight now, as they don't have to worry about that RP being available. Sure, maybe they thought that the RP was cancelled, but it should be very obvious to see that that RP was definitely used and wasted. So 4-5-8, 80 seconds without RP. Let's see if they can defend this base. That may just be rack dropping down. Jules goes in, pops his ultimate as well. PA will try to get a jump on. He will be skewed right back to the tier 4 towers as the troll wall is going to take a lot of damage here. Will be controlled for now, but he's still going to be alive. The Apothecary here will keep over and running. The stolen Guardian Angel from the Rubik, making sure that Sad Boy does absolutely no damage. So very, very nice move from the Rubik, keeping the whole team alive. Ben is going to take a lot of damage in the meantime. Will be a pistol up in the meantime. Takes a lot of damage. Will finally be killed as the Invoker Sunsphere comes out. The Sad Boy will get a kill on him. In the meantime, the Magnus as well. The team is both dead. The Invoker goes in. PA goes for another kill. Jesse Vash is going to be the next one to drop down. The Omnite will be killed. Jules and Yash still alive. They're trying to focus on the PA. The PA not having any BKB available. Nothing left. Jules will try to focus him down. Sad Boy taking a lot of time to himself, though. He needs to be careful. Yash is trying to run him down with that Blade Mail as well. Looks like the PA may be a little bit too much in danger. Jules tries to run in. Will get the kill on the PA. And now the Invoker is going to be the next one to drop down. He will be killed as well. Will the bash is coming out. Sad Boy goes for a buyback. Will be bashed once. Does he get bashed twice? So much damage being done, and that is going to be the ultimate from Jules. One more bash is all he needs to get that kill on him. Does he get the kill? Let's see. He's going to go in the base and will get the kill on the PA. The team will drop down as well as Jules gets a double kill. That's 2 more dead inside of 458 production. Magnus does respawn now, but that is the only person alive inside of 458. They will lose the mid set of frags and potentially even lose another set of frags. That is 80 seconds with no invoke and 90 with no PA as well. And looks like Happy Feet, they're just going to go for the end. Yachi will pop his ultimate. He will pop that and just look to end the game as fast as possible. Jules will pop his ultimate as well in the meantime, and that is going to be the GG being called from 458 production. They have nothing left, so that is going to be the end. Just one fight going wrong, one fight where you don't have RP available and you don't get any kills with it, and then suddenly 458 production, they just get overwhelmed, they get overrun in their own base, and Happy Feet, GG, well played.